Folks, what is up, and welcome back to another Ace Attorney with an actual lawyer. I'm your host, Zach. I'm feeling good today. Joined by our voice actor, Wes.
I'm feeling pretty good, too. And I sure hope that my toaster does.
It's a joke from the pre-stream. And our actual lawyer, Pridge.
Good evening, y'all.
And, of course, our guest voice actor, Twy Fairy.
Hello.
Who, again, one more time, because we sure as fucking hell better be finishing this case today. Please go check out her work. Absolutely fantastic. Both the cosplays, the streams, everything you do. Very, very cool. And I hope,
Thank you.
I hope a lot of our community goes and checks out your work, because
A lot have been.
Yeah.
A lot
Good.
have been.
Good.
I've been getting a lot of, hey, I saw you on Save Data recently. It's very nice.
Oh, okay, good. That makes me,
Yay,
really
rad.
happy. Thank you, community. You're the best.
Awesome, yeah.
Hey, if you like this and want to support it, please head over to our Patreon. That's patreon.com/SaveDataTeam, where for just a few bucks you can get a whole bunch of things, but including, most importantly, your name included in this Patreon song. Thank 'em, gotta thank 'em all. Gotta thank 'em all, our Patreons. Spot Cobbler, Captain Malik Spun, Eddie Cosmo, Dave Hall, Lucha, and Sofino. HSM, Ernest, Marks, The Jester, Yane Love, Logan 01, Jack Warner. Witch Tower, Kevin, Asian, and Selfaria, Arky, Forensic, Beckner, Cole, Smart, Alec, Mystic, Woody. Leprechaun, Jacob Bell, Crimson, Chrissy, Victor Alexander, Shadowed Navi, Soul Masters, BBC, Watts, and Riser, Sherlock, Sellert, Mr. Mocha, Straw Breaker, Lucas, Flug, of Goldwyn, Don Ruby, John Oshking, Gilbert, H. the Heiress, and Boomer Emily. Plethora of penguins and who need to sleep, Alea, Yakta, Est, Ever Entropy, JFJ, Nightwing, Ichiza, T, The Driver, 458, ATD. Maho Stars, Wes, Red Crest, Will Ben, and Chosen, Tin, Mickey, Anime, Checker, Knight, and JC, Foxington. Anna's Bananas, LeByron, Siegfried, Haruka, Naegi, Panic Ping, and Sheberstein, Cynthios, Hannah, Fluffy, Senpai, Nick, Necrosis, Elijah, Sly. Don't forget Mr. Cola and Samu. And Nemo, Aeromono, Chrome, and Ever Entropy. Dessert Boy Man, Schmargerblart, Rick Rat, Katja, Traveling in a Box, and Snowcat, Conjuring, Scragzio, Croissant, Fulfill, Written Word, Ginkgo, and Sibylla. Thank 'em, gotta thank 'em all. Gotta thank 'em all, our Patreons. But with that all out of the way, let's get back into the game. I was in lobby number 1, talking with you. I swear to God, you can't start the stream on that. No.
I'm gonna start with.
Fantastic way to start the stream, Detective.
We were talking about some trivial things. I heard the gunshot right before the trial was about to reconvene. When we heard it, you and I immediately dashed out into the hallway together.
I must be doing things without remembering. I must have amnesia.
I'm so mad.
My brain is so wired to it now. I keep noticing it.
Yeah.
Surely there's some evil Miles Edgeworth running around the halls of the courtroom.
Yo, give me impersonator stream. That'd be fun.
Franziska, I found our culprit. It's my evil twin.
Ooh, actually, Edgeworth, at this point, you're the evil twin.
Oh! What a twist!
You're about karma, so you're the evil one.
It was actually good, Edgeworth.
Yeah, it's your good twin running around.
Ah.
The you that you can become after you start hanging out Phoenix right more.
No.
No!
Even Pridge isn't
Into the
safe.
Shadow Realm.
Nobody is safe. It all comes back to Yu-Gi-Oh!
It really, I mean,
Whoa!
listen, on this channel that kind of tracks.
Yu-Gi-Oh?
No, we're not doing that.
We're never gonna get to this game.
All right, well, Twy Fairy, I hope you're ready to come on next week again, because
Anyway.
we keep fucking around, so.
Wait, you hope that you are
I'm
ready
gonna this.
to come
no,
back on?
Stop. It's not, you can't.
You can't? Wait!
Fucking.
I'm so confused!
The culprit is Zach.
I saw Gumshoe goofing around
Doug did
there.
it.
And then we all ran to lobby number 2. I hate my life.
It sounds like the exact same story he told us before.
Indeed. However, I feel that we have yet to draw out all the information that we can.
Honestly, I couldn't even tell you. I read the lines, and I couldn't even tell you what his testimony was because I was so sideswiped by all the fucking you jokes.
I have no idea what he said.
I have to reread every one of these.
I don't have the foggiest.
I don't know.
He was in the lobby talking with Callisto.
You know, if we don't end up finishing today,
I blame you. We were talking
Wait,
about...
you're blaming who?
I did not say that, right?
I
swear you.
did.
God damn it. I heard the gunshot with the trials about the convene. Heard it. Callisto and I immediately dashed into the hallway together. Saw Gumshoe goofing around, and then we all ran into lobby number 2. Okay. Well, shit.
It sounds exactly like what Detective Bad told us before. However,
Is there something in particular we should be asking the detective about?
there just might be. No one knew that the knife is actually the Yatagarasu's key. Reflecting on that, perhaps there are other things that we know now, but Detective Bad doesn't yet.
Quick, when's
Yes.
my birthday?
What color's my underwear? Yes,
What?
that should be my angle of attack.
Okay. I know this is not going to be important, but I do want to hear what trivial things they were talking about, just because it could be funny.
I was hoping you could expand on what exactly you were discussing with Ms. Yu.
Trivial stuff. I'm stuff. It was nothing important.
That's for me to decide.
We were discussing what color we thought your underwear was.
Ah, I knew it. All right. I suppose that's for him to decide. Moving on then.
I love when a character in law enforcement in this game is like, we were talking about nothing.
It literally
Thanks.
is. I'm stuff. Yeah, the gunshot's got to be something, right?
Until you heard the gunshot, did you notice anything else that was out of the ordinary?
I didn't hear any other strange sounds until that gunshot.
If the gunshot Detective Bad heard was really the one from the murder, that would give that other piece of evidence an entirely different meaning. I ask that you please amend your testimony with that statement just now.
Sure.
Is this about the balloon popping?
I think you're absolutely right, Pridge. The balloon.
Oh, cool. I was right.
Detective Bad, does this balloon fragment remind you of anything?
It's the same color as the one Kay was holding.
Oh, so you know about the girl's balloon?
Yeah, I was sitting up with her in the gallery during the recess. Just before we split up, I filled that balloon up for her. Detective
And then I told her to kick you in the nads.
So it was you!
Detective Bad, more like Detective Best Dad. Am I right, folks?
Well, as you may have already surmised, this piece did indeed come from Kay's balloon. Also, where did you get the helium from?
He just has it.
I always keep a
carry that around
canister.
You never
I
know.
always keep a canister of helium.
Damn, That's the twist. This whole time, Bad's been talking in a high-pitched voice.
So what about the balloon?
That's actually really good. I'm gonna put a.
We just would never know because it's not normally voice acted.
Let me see if I can. In the edit, I'll do this line like super pitched up, but.
So, what about the balloon?
I wonder if you might remember hearing this balloon pop at some point.
What are you getting at?
This fragment was found in the hallway, right in front of lobby number 2. Furthermore, it was the sound of this balloon popping that the judge mistook as a gunshot.
Oh? So the sound the judge heard was not actually a gunshot, huh?
On top of that, His Honor said that he heard the balloon pop. About 20 minutes before the trial was to reconvene.
Yes, which means that His Honor heard the balloon pop in the hallway. When you were in lobby number 1, Detective Bad. And if you were in lobby number 1 at that time, you were close enough that you should have heard the balloon popping as well.
So?
What? Don't give me a so!
That's so good.
We just
Maybe a
proved
la
that
or
there's
a T?
Nice.
We just proved that there is a flaw in your testimony.
Don't give me a needle-pulling thread.
The crackling of the truth is louder than the sound of your sweet naivete cracking. Him using the word naivete does not, I don't know, it just seems weird for me.
Yeah.
Naivete.
And since you kids don't seem to know, let me fill you in on something. Did you ever stop to think why the doors and walls of this place seem so rugged?
Why did you say rugged like that?
Budget constraints.
Because they're rugged.
Architectural design?
That's because they were designed to keep secrets from being leaked. What?
Okay. Okay, Bad.
Brutalism?
What? What is that supposed to mean?
The doors and walls are dummy thick. The window panes are double layered. To top it all off, even the curtains are made of special sound absorbing material.
So they're curtains. Okay.
Then, you mean...
Since I was shut up inside lobby number 1, there was no way I could have heard that sound.
No.
Ugh. I knew that's what he was going to say.
Then that means that Scruffface's testimony is completely useless. If the rooms are soundproof, then of course he wouldn't hear any sign of a struggle.
Yeah, why are we just now learning about this? This kind of seems crazy important, I'm not gonna lie. That's also why it's only natural. And I didn't hear the balloon popping. Now do you get it, kids?
Miles, I thought we were supposed to be the ones finding flaws in his logic. Not the other way around.
The other way around?
Are you saying I should
turn
it about?
Turn it about? Whoa! It's not possible to hear the sound of a balloon popping if one were in lobby number 1. However, if we examine this situation in reverse, a person standing in the hallway should not be able to hear the real gunshot either. And yet Detective Gumshoe claims to have heard it while he was standing in the hallway. Detective Bad, if that is the case, how exactly did you hear the gunshot?
What do you mean, how? I just did.
It would appear that you have yet to realize the contradiction in your own words.
Oh? How so?
If the rooms are as soundproof as you say they are, then how did the sound of the gunshot enter your ears?
I see what you mean. I guess I'm more out of it from Faraday's murder than I thought.
Which means what exactly, Miles? In the end, what does it all boil down to?
It boils down to this. There must be a reason as to how Detectives Bad and Gumshoe heard a gunshot they theoretically couldn't have.
It looks like we need to examine the state of the crime scene again, huh?
The state of the crime scene? Wait, can it be?
It's got to be something with the windows being open, right? Oh. I was not expecting this to become relevant here. It's that ultra-strong perfume Hugh wears. She spilled some of it. Wah! And way too noisy.
The surveillance video. How could a piece of evidence just disappear? Where did it go?
Oh, shit. Okay. Okay, we got lobby number 2 window. No human can climb. The scent of flowers is in the air.
The scent of French lemons.
The scent of French lemons. Window was open to allow the perfume misuse spell to dissipate. The television was set to an incredibly high volume. That's something. And missing evidence.
Okay, I'm remembering what's going on here.
I think, yeah, window number 1 and window number 2, the smell. Gotta be something.
Nice.
Okay.
It's simply not possible for the killer to have escaped through barred windows. And yet, the fragrance of the perfume managed to escape from defendant lobby number 1. Of course! Incorporeal things can move freely through these open, barred windows.
That
It was a ghost!
The ghosts are doing it!
The ghost did it!
Clearly,
Quickly,
the culprit
detective!
was a smell.
Call the
Shut-
Ghostbusters!
Shut the windows! You're letting the ghosts in!
We're letting the ghost escape.
I love that we have a whole mechanic to use logic, and this is what he comes up with. I love Miles Edgeworth, man.
That, like, is a top tier out of context line from Edgeworth. Same with, like, what is it? Your metabolic processes will only be a matter of interest to historians, or whatever the fuck he said.
What a fucking phrase.
People die when they are killed. Wow, what a sentence.
Okay. Loud television, open windows. Gotta be something. Because, I mean, missing evidence has nothing to do with either of these two.
Now then, what else besides a smell can go both in and out of an open, barred window?
That's such an awesome sentence.
The answer is a sound.
And nothing else.
Another sound is also incorporeal.
Oh my god. Wait until he hears about lights.
Oh my god!
This goes all the way to the top.
Oh my god.
Magnets. How do they work?
It
Miles
was
Edgeworth experience.
the sun committed this crime.
This man is a lawyer at 20-something. I don't remember how old he is.
So, no matter how careful the killer was, if the windows were open, the jig would be up.
Also, the jig would be up is just not a phrase I would expect to come out of his mouth, I feel like.
He says a lot of words.
And since the windows in both defendant lobby number 1 and the hallway were open, that explains how the sound of a gunshot could be heard in both locations.
Well, we got 2 options, so...
I don't know, man.
How do these link, though?
I have no idea.
I have no idea.
The surveillance
remember.
tape disappeared
I don't
to.
remember.
The windows were open
Okay, I mean-
so the gunshot could be heard.
Could you throw the tape through the windows from one room to the other or some shit?
You can do whatever you want.
It has to do with what was on the tape.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't remember this one at all.
Enlighten
I
us,
don't remember a
Edgeworth.
lot of this game, I'm gonna be real.
The missing piece of evidence is a video that shows the moment in which Mr. Rell killed the embassy staff member. The sound of the gunshot left quite an impression on me when it was played during the trial. The video should have been returned to Mr. Faraday's evidence bag for the recess.
Okay. So nobody was actually shot here, but it was played on the television.
Okay, so someone recorded
Okay, I have
recording
no
of
idea
the
what
And
gunshot.
they heard that because the window was open, the TV's near it.
Yeah.
Yes, and the TV was turned up super loud, so somebody did it on purpose.
Yes.
Yeah, and it negates the I couldn't hear.
And brought back here. If it disappeared after that time, then it's possible that the tape is still here in this room. Eureka!
He said.
The evidence that the missing evidence created for me is the gunshot sound that no one should have been able to hear in the first place.
Miles, what have you been thinking about? Smells, perhaps? Stop wasting time thinking and let's start looking again.
You better not have been thinking about ghosts. I swear to God.
But Francisca, they're incorporeal.
They could have easily perpetrated this crime.
Have you heard about lights?
What? Don't tell me there's a light in the room with us.
Do not turn around.
He's like behind me, isn't he?
It's not a waste of time to think. It's not a waste of time to think, for I have figured out where we should look.
And where would that be?
Up your butt and around the corner.
Got up.
I believe we should examine the television.
I like that Detective Bad is just looking at the camera
front of
right now. Also
He's in
that.
front of the objection.
God fucking damn it. The
Specifically, tune into Japanifornian Cartoon Network. I think the Steel Samurai's on right now.
TV. Well, you kids have fun. Go ahead and examine whatever you like. Oh,
I didn't know there was an investigation in this
I
section.
didn't even either.
Forgot.
Are we gonna
I
do
want
investigate the TV?
Yep, I think probably.
Well, we're gonna need to.
I'm
inspect
arrested. I'm suspected every suspicious looking nook and cranny.
Also, is the TV brand
TV
called,
is called
Blunt?
Blunt.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Watson.
Fucking 420 Blaze It television?
Earlier, when Detective Gumshot, when Detective
Whoa.
Gumshoe touched
Whoa.
this,
You better watch out, pal. I'm a quick shot. I'ma take the shot.
it made a most terrible racket.
Is Blunt supposed to be a parody of something obvious that I'm like forgetting right now?
I mean, like your
Not that I can
television
think of.
brands are like Sony,
I was gonna say
Panasonic.
Sony, Panasonic,
Blunt?
Samsung.
yeah.
Samsung.
Yeah, they have,
I don't know why it says Blunt, but okay.
yeah. Chad, if you can tell us what the joke is, please do.
TCL.
Yeah.
Fuck. I just realized Blunt went out of business shortly thereafter this because it only has a 420p resolution. God damn it! Somebody typed in the chat right as I
Ah, hell yeah.
said. Oh,
Maybe
it's a
then Scruffy
parody
turned the
of
television
Sharp.
on, right?
It's a parody of
Oh.
Sharp.
Oh, okay.
That's really good.
Okay. Alright.
Okay.
I was
Funny.
thinking more of like it sounds like something than like
Same.
opposite
Yeah,
joke.
yeah.
I was like, what rhymes with Blunt?
That tracks is funny. Good job.
that's good.
Congratulations.
Yeah, alright, alright.
Yeah, because usually you get TV parodies being like a Stony television
Yeah.
or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Actually, come to think of it, I don't think Detective Gumshoe actually touched the television at all. Furthermore, it was actually a ghost that turned it on. Whoa! It seemed more like when a video feed suddenly stops. At least it did to me.
The culprit has been Sadako the whole time.
I wonder why that is.
Okay.
It's a video player, and there seems to be a videotape inside.
It looks like it. The tape must have stopped on its own when it reached the end.
This tape. Could it not be the missing surveillance tape?
This could be another really bad case of the people investigating this room missed something very obvious.
Yeah.
I suppose, but
Detective Bad, would it be alright with you if I verify the contents of this video?
Sure. Knock yourself out.
alright, then let's rewind this and see what we have.
It's just like somebody's home movies.
It's an
Try to
episode of
rewind
the
it, somebody-
Teletubbies.
Somebody pulled all the tape out of it.
If I remember correctly, the footage of Rel killing the embassy staff member should be about the 30-minute mark from the start of the tape.
Understood. This should be about right. Now then, let's see.
The rewind sound effect is getting me.
This is the footage of Mr. Rell shooting the embassy staff member.
Again, I know it's very easy to forget that Franziska is 13 in this scene, but it's pretty fucked up that she's just watching real footage of a real killing right now.
You know.
I knew it. The missing piece of evidence, the surveillance video, was here all along.
Okay. God damn it. I just finished the last sucker. Bad, stop talking for a minute. We got butterscotch this time, chat.
Nice.
Ooh, butterscotch is so good.
Butterscotch was a favorite of mine.
This sound. What's the meaning of this?
It appears that Detective Bad has figured out the true source of the gunshot he heard. With this, I think we can figure out the trick behind this double murder.
The ghost trick?
Do you mean that you figured it all out then?
Yes. All I have to do now is show what the gunshot Detectives Bad and Gumshoe heard was. And through where they heard it from.
Fine. In that case, show me what you've deduced.
Now, to show what the gunshot Detectives Bad and Gumshoe heard was. And through where they heard it from. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious looking granny.
Wait, what? Oh, what's our...
Is this spot somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold?
It's gotta just be the window in the video, right?
I think so.
Right?
Eureka!
Okay, good.
Yeah.
If the door and windows to the crime scene, namely this room that we're in, were closed, the killer could have used the gun, and no one would have been the wiser.
It's true. This courthouse does seem to be well designed for such a thing, as it were.
However, what happened in reality was... Detective Gumshoe, Detective Bad, and Ms. Yu, all three of them heard the gunshot.
Well, the windows in lobby number 1, number 2, and the hallway were open. So naturally, the people in those locations could hear it.
Ah, but then, why would the criminal open the window in the first place?
To allow the gunshot to be heard, I suppose.
You idiot! Correct! That's the only logical conclusion we can draw from this.
You idiot! You're right.
Oh my god.
But why was that necessary in the first place? I want a real answer, Miles. I demand satisfaction.
I can't get no!
I can't get no! Very well. I believe that the killer wanted to manipulate our perception of a certain fact. What was it the
Perception of
killer wanted to
time?
manipulate our
And did you
perception
know that
of?
time is also incorporeal?
It's gotta be. It's gotta be when the time took place. Because if you're faking a gunshot, these men were already dead before this.
Like, it's not gonna be murder weapon. What are they gonna say? The murder weapon was actually the balloon. Like,
It was. Killed them with a balloon.
We really wanted to make it seem like it was a balloon.
The killer wanted to fabricate the time of death to their precise wishes. And they used the gunshot and the surveillance video to do so.
So that's why the tape was left running.
You mean the gunshot I heard was from this video?
Yes, which means that the murders really occurred at an earlier time than we thought. It must have been during the recess, but before Detective Gumshoe was on guard duty. Someone who has no alibi for that time period.
Oh shit.
And planned this crime out in advance.
Oh shit.
That person is the real killer.
Hey. Nice.
Now I'm just
my-
imagining, like, very a la Scooby-Doo, the real killer's eyes just appear in that
In the-
portrait
Yeah, the
and the
fucking-
wall, just like looking at them.
Mr. Edgeworth!
Yes? What is it?
Miss Yu is asking for you. She's in the courtroom.
She's asking for herself.
It's very weird, just like my accent. She says she's identified the murderer, but that she wants to clarify something.
It looks like Miss Yu is still investigating something.
So wait, you wants to explain something? That explains everything! Understood. Please tell her that I will be right over.
I'll come along. I want to hear what she has to say.
It would appear that the time has come to uncover the truth.
Hey. Also, to reference a joke you made last time I think we were doing this, the title for this segment of the case is Ladder, Confrontation Former, Callisto U.
God.
Sure. Yeah, sentences. How do they work?
Me when I save a file and I write like final for real this time.
Oh, God, yes. Absolutely. Me saving files. Okay. All right.
Thought she was gonna kick him again.
Watch out, Edgeworth! She's right behind you! Okay. What are you doing here?
Also, like, I am interested. I mean, we haven't talked about it. I'm pretty sure I know who did it. But it's very interesting. It's not at all who I expected, just based on going into this case.
Yeah, Kay. We know it was you.
Yeah, she had to go to jail for 10 years. That's why Edgeworth didn't see her that whole time.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh, hello, mister. I'm still investigating.
But the object you're looking for has already...
Oh. Get my sucker back out. Okay, don't mind him. Please continue with your investigation.
Okay, you got it.
Just don't burn the courthouse down and we're good.
It's initial D again.
Speed?
Deja vu! Detective Bad, haven't we already found what you were looking for?
If it means I can keep her in the dark just a little longer, any little task will do.
Aw.
But I still haven't found
I was gonna do the same bit.
what I'm looking for.
I was gonna do the same bit, and then I was like, no, the moment's passed. I'm not gonna do it.
Oh, you're more sympathetic than I thought.
Please,
Do we really need to do this?
Yeah, why are we going into court positions for this?
Because it's gonna make for cool backgrounds when they do the
gonna
dialogue
look cool.
sprites. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be more familiar to us.
They're doing it because it was what
Also-
was written down in the blocking.
Yeah.
Also, I know there probably would, but the chairs in the gallery look like fucking lazy
armchairs.
boys.
Yeah.
Those look way more comfortable
They look
They
than
look
really
so
nice.
nice.
any courtroom chair I've ever sat in.
God, I wish that
Yeah.
were like the
They've
real,
got like
the
cup
real deal.
holsters, like you're going to the movies.
Yeah.
The chair.
It's like
at the
an
witness
Alamo
stand
Draft
looks worse,
House.
Yeah. They've got the 4DX experience.
though. Yeah.
When someone
Yeah,
yells
where
objection, you get the shake in the chair.
Yeah. When
Spits
fucking
water.
Godot throws his
Yeah.
coffee, you get hot coffee all over
You
you.
get coffee on you. That's kind of if you guys have seen the Ace Attorney live action movie, like the whole bit that they go with for that one is like, oh, people go
Yeah,
to watch
yeah.
these trials like it's like a show.
Yeah.
Oh,
I love the movie.
dude, that
so
Ace
extra.
Attorney live action, the fucking like taking the fucking 3D images and like throwing
Yeah,
them at
I
people.
love It's such
It's
a
so-
wild take. I love every moment
Yeah.
of it.
I think the only thing about that movie I don't like is how they portrayed Red White's character.
Yeah, that was weird.
I really wish they leaned into him, but they were like, no,
Being
he's
like,
Ozzy
he's
Osbourne
fine.
now.
But no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he's
I-
not. They make him Ozzy Osbourne, and I'm like,
I'm
why
a
did
big
they
fan
do
of that director's horror movies.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like I went in and I was like, oh, they made it creepy. This is great. But anyway,
I've been waiting for you, Edgeworth.
Wait, you've been waiting for yourself? I mean,
No.
I've also been waiting for the moment in which we can finally lay this case to rest.
the moment in which we can finally lay this case to rest.
Wasn't that when we placed Detective Gumshoe under arrest?
I think we've more than solved this case already. Don't you?
We'll see. It all depends on whether or not your logic holds. Oh, I see we have a viewer in the gallery. And why, even Mr. Bad is here. A viewer in the gallery? I'm hardly just a bystander.
You're right, you're a very big, scary girl. Have a cookie.
Thank you.
I have a duty to see this case through to the end. No matter how it turns out.
Yes, you're also a very big, scary detective. Have a cookie.
Oh, can I have a sucker, please? A butterscotch.
Yes, here you go.
Thank you.
Oh, is that right?
Anyway, I thought you might like to hear what I've slaved away to find out. I've taken statements on every single person's movements. During the time when our suspect was in the hallway. I also confirmed that there's no possible route of escape from lobby number 2. Therefore, the killer oh god, I can't read. The killer must without a doubt be Detective Gumshoe.
And that's all you have?
Yeah, that's all there is to my conclusion, and this case.
Sorry, but I beg to differ.
Then beg.
Please, Mother? In a trial, there is always time for a rebuttal, and we are standing in a court of law. It'd be more than appropriate to follow the rules of court in this case, don't you think?
I don't want. Absolutely like a rookie to think such a thing. But alright, I'll play along and give you a proper testimony.
If my logic is correct, then I've already won. Omae wa mo shinderu. All I have to do now is to prove it by showing who the real killer is. Who is it?
Everyone, sans the suspect, has an alibi for when the gun went off.
Wait, it was Sans Undertale?
Sans Undertale did it.
Oh my god. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, you have this.
Hold on.
Do you have it ready?
Hold on. Hold on, give me 2 seconds.
God damn it, Wes.
I hated that.
You did it so good.
Great.
So proud of you.
Furthermore, the areas around the crime scene have all been thoroughly investigated, right? I also confirmed that there is no possible escape route from lobby number 2. Which leaves us with one unshakable conclusion, that Detective Gumshoe is the killer. Now that you have your testimony, I expect a good rebuttal, Edgeworth.
But of course. There is no need to confront her logic head-on right now.
Apply directly to the forehead.
Damn it, I was just about to say that! I should instead... Go ahead.
Sorry, I went to school for advertising, and we had a lecture specifically on head-on.
Genuinely,
Head-on?
Julie, we
Yes.
spent maybe 10 to 15 minutes talking about that advertising campaign on our last Slay the Princess stream.
It's so funny.
We're big
so funny.
fans. We're big
Me
fans.
too.
of that
Head-on.
Ad
Apply
campaign.
directly to the forehead.
God.
Head-on. Apply directly to the
So
forehead.
brilliant.
Head
That's a
on.
whole fucking
Because we were
thing.
talking about like the legal implications of them not like claiming anything about it.
Uh-huh.
It's funny. It's funny.
We looked it up. Apparently, it's mostly just wax. It was a
Yeah.
chapstick of wax that you just rubbed
Straight
on your
up.
forehead to get rid
For-
of
who knows?
headaches.
It did nothing.
Yeah.
Which like now that I am not a child hearing that commercial, I'm like, well, yeah, why would it do anything? But
Right.
But when
as
I was a kid, I was like,
I was so
wow,
convinced.
fucking miracle
oh my
drug?
God. Yes.
This is the future, people. How are we not funding head on?
How are we not putting all of our funding in the head on?
Why isn't head on in every school and every hospital? All you do is apply it directly to your damn forehead, people. Come on.
I love it.
Anyway, I should instead focus on drawing out any trump cards she has up her sleeve.
Well, that's Apollo Justice.
Any
Hey.
turnabout trump cards.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Areas of the crime scene have been thoroughly investigated. No possible escape route. We want to shake conclusion. Come choose the killer. Alright. I'm just gonna start pressing. See what we get. So I kind of think he basically hinted to us needing to press shit.
The suspect? But I thought that Detective Gumshoe's alibi has already been proven.
Are you joking, Edgeworth?
I assure you, this is no joke.
Look, I know you heard from the judge earlier that the detective was in the hallway with Mr. Faraday's daughter eating a Swiss roll.
Yes, that is correct.
But see, that was 20 minutes before the real gunshot went off, right? And the problem is, there's no one else who can corroborate. Since the snacking.
Since
Like
the
it's a
snacking.
stabbing?
The snacking of 2024.
Yeah.
Was that the
Sort of the
snack of
kind
87? I see she's done her research well. Which means that I should focus on drawing out whatever trump cards she's withholding.
Okay. Crime scene's been thoroughly investigated.
Whatever they have been thoroughly investigated for, whether they have been thoroughly investigated or not is for me to decide.
The scrunched eyebrows and lines on your forehead are back. Anyway, even if you believe it hasn't been exhaustive, the crime scene, lobby number 2, has no way out other than the hallway Detective Gumshoe was standing in. And because he claimed to be there, that makes him the only possible suspect.
But isn't it also possible that someone escaped through a window and into the garden? Edgeworth, you know that's not possible.
That's the first place everyone looked, silly. The police aren't a bunch of lazy bums. They looked into every possibility, you know. Except the VHS tape, I guess.
Hey, I resent that. I'm the laziest bum I know, pal.
Isn't that right, Mr. Bad?
I'm on your side now.
That's
Not.
Mr. Bad to you. I mean, Detective Bad to you.
There wasn't a
Detective
scrap.
Mister to you.
There wasn't a scrap of evidence to suggest
That's
someone
Mr. Dr.
used
Professor
one
Bad.
of the windows. There also weren't any footprints or anything in the courtyard garden.
I suppose they really did check everything that could be relevant to the case.
Every suspicious
I'm not
thing
used to
in
the
training.
police. I'm not used to the police actually doing their job well.
No escape routes.
Are you absolutely positive that there are no possible routes of escape?
Just knocking shit over.
Of course I'm sure.
Really sure? And why are you so certain?
This is a courthouse, the place where criminals are brought to be judged. And nothing else, apparently. If there was an escape route, I'm sure every criminal would be using it to escape. It's just common sense. Miles Edgeworth, I suggest you use a bit more of it in the future. What?
We were just pressing a statement. Gumshoe's the killer. Press X to doubt. Press
Oh,
Q to
use common
press.
sense. I was like, what is Francisca talking about?
You may think it's unshakable, but to me there are still too many unanswered questions. For example, who was it that placed the gun in Mr. Faraday's hand?
But you're the only one still wondering that. Detective Gumshoe probably had no idea which hand Mr. Faraday used to write with. Even if you know someone, it doesn't mean you'll know which hand they write with, right? I mean, I certainly don't care about that sort of thing.
Right, Edgeworth.
I'm not about to let her get a rise out of me with such a flippant statement. I suppose we've really reached the end now.
Wasn't all presser.
I already have my trump card ready. All that remains is to play it. But before I do, I think I should inquire into a little something about her argument. You said earlier that you confirmed the alibis of every person other than the suspect. However, I don't recall either Franziska or myself speaking with you about the subject.
Ah, but there were witnesses. For you, there is your mentor who gave you an alibi.
I see.
As for the little missy, she came to the courthouse during the recess. And was stopped by a security guard at the door to the hallway.
There is a certain point where I'm like, okay, why are you laughing all the time? Like, this is not the time to be laughing. I don't know.
Because she's just a silly girl.
Just silly. She
she's-
just has whimsy in her life.
Yes. And she's done nothing wrong.
That's on me.
Ever.
Yeah, clearly. She's done nothing wrong.
Definitely nothing.
The case is not steering us towards an unfortunate conclusion here.
No, not at all.
No! She's just whimsical.
She's just having fun. She enjoys her job, Zach.
Favorite
Yeah.
Pokemon? Whimsicott.
She gave him quite a whipping for that, or so I heard. I'm the daughter of Manfred von Karma. And I will not be forcibly stopped by a guard, or a bailiff, or anyone else.
Wait, so basically the only reason Franziska bothered to show up today was because she found out that I was to be the replacement prosecutor?
Just wanted to tag along.
Yeah.
That's cute,
She's
actually.
like,
It
I want to
is.
hang out with my big brother.
That's literally it.
By the way, Ms. Yu, what about everyone's alibis before Detective Gumshoe was assigned to guard duty?
What about them?
Have you looked into what people were doing during that span of time?
What kind of idiot do you take me for? It doesn't matter when the killer went into lobby number 2. From the time we heard the gunshot to the time Mr. Bad and I arrived on the scene as we dashed from lobby number 1. The only person who could have committed the crime was Detective Gumshoe.
Yes, let's talk about when you and Detective Bad heard that gunshot, shall we? I suppose that if we go by your logic, then Detective Gumshoe is the only one. However, what if the crime had occurred at an entirely different time than when that gunshot you heard went off? What then? That gunshot was a trap meant to manipulate our perception of time.
Sadly, your explanation is very lacking, Edgeworth. The gunshot we heard in lobby number 1. Care to explain how that could have been fabricated?
Okay, well, let's
I
present
said
the
that
tape.
so confidently for someone who knows the answer. That tape? Is she using the same? Oh no, she's
No,
switching
she's
tools. Okay,
doing
I
it.
was
She's
like-
going way faster now. That's really
Jesus.
cool.
Ooh, I like when she
Puckers
like
her lips. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
it's really good.
I love
the
this.
lips
right?
do a little. They do a
Like-
little
Oh,
bounce.
that's
They
bouncy.
little.
Expand to like 120,
Yeah.
come back. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe she's born with it. Yes, it's exactly what you think it is. This is the surveillance tape of Mr. Rell the prosecution presented in today's trial. This was found loaded in the video player in lobby number 2. That was connected to the large television that had its volume turned all the way up.
You can't honestly mean that the sound we heard was the gunshot in the video.
Ah, but I do. Which leads me to my next point. The murders occurred much earlier than when anyone heard the gunshot.
They mentioned
Gotta look snatched, gotta look snatched.
They
Yeah.
mentioned the TV was like an absurdly loud one, right?
Gumshoe
Okay.
said, "Holy shit, this is like the volume's cranked."
Yeah. Okay.
That's the only thing I can think of too.
After committing double homicide, the killer took the surveillance video out from Mr. Faraday's evidence bag.
I'm on his side now.
He's running.
I'm a very fickle detective. Turned the television's volume all the way up and left the video to play.
I need to get my steps in for the day. My Fitbit is yelling at me, so I gotta walk back and forth a
We've
lot.
been in this courthouse all day.
Stand up every so often.
I haven't been on the road.
Damn. Now I'm just imagining that somebody earlier, because somebody taped over something to make this evidence tape, and Gumshoe was like, "Yeah, I also heard an ad playing for the Best Love Songs '90s track.
Oh,
I was hearing,
Oh my god.
tell me how am I supposed to live without
wow,
you?
wow.
And I swear by the moon and the stars."
Wait, did you tape over my wedding?
If played from the beginning, it would take 30 minutes for the gunshot sound to come on. And since we now know that this method of time manipulation is possible,
Yeah, we can call it time manipulation.
Sure.
it opens up the possibility that the killer is someone other than Detective Gumshoe.
Sounds from a television doesn't amount to much here. But of course, Mr. Prosecutor Edgeworth and Little Miss Von Karma already knew that much from the very beginning, right? Of course we knew. Didn't we, Miles?
Yes, of course. We know about the soundproof quality of this courthouse's rooms. Of course, I'm not about to admit we had no idea until only a little while ago.
Yeah, I just told them like 10 minutes ago.
That's right. And if the rooms are soundproof, then we should not have been able to hear it. And yet, we heard the gunshot clear as day.
And
And that's it, end of story.
but it's not. How should I explain why she was able to hear a gunshot from a soundproof room? There is a hole in the wall where the men can see it all.
Why is this a choice?
Yeah, like
I don't know.
I guess there was
why.
a to be continued, so you have to you have time to.
yeah, but like this
about
was
it, but-
explicitly said. I don't know.
Why are you doing this?
We spent a lot of time establishing this.
Yeah.
There is, actually, one common point between lobby number 1 and lobby number 2.
There were like 5 logic things attached to it.
And it is that, despite the fact that both rooms have air conditioners installed, a window was open in each.
I don't know if it's intentional, Julie, but I saw you reapplying your lip gloss earlier, and I was like,
Yeah.
God damn, that's fucking awesome.
I have like a compact too.
Yo!
It's just not like lifting
Yeah!
it. I can't. I was
Hell
like,
yeah.
I do like also like when I'm cosplaying Callisto, like it's very fun anytime I have to do this because I'm just like, hey, character.
That's so good. That's so good.
Now, we know that the window in lobby number 2 was opened by the killer. However, a window in lobby number 1 was also open.
Objection!
It's probably just coincidence that they were both open at the time.
Objection!
It was no mere coincidence, I assure you. Why was the window opened in lobby number 1? The answer is that a certain person did something to cause the window to be opened. And the person who triggered that action... They did something to open the window. They opened the window.
Shit.
That person is
Why
the real guilty
why
party.
word it like that? He did something to cause the window to be open?
They were trying to get the ghosts into the building.
Ah!
Edgeworth,
Quick,
learn
someone
to
call
speak
Danny
like
Phantom.
Edgeworth, learn to speak like a fucking human.
And he never will.
And he never will.
And he
You
never will.
Man? Oh my god. And the person who triggered that action, that person is the real guilty party. The real killer in this double murder is...
I mean, hey, it's Callisto.
What?
What?
Callisto.
No way!
It's the judge.
No!
Actually. Sorry.
I think it's
Okay,
dead.
see,
I think
that
it's-
makes
I think
much
it's-
more sense.
I think it's dead.
It's
guy.
Dead Man! It's Dead Man!
It's the younger.
Dead Mao.
It was Dead Mouse.
And I forgot about
That's
Manny
Francisco.
coaching. For like a dude who like matters so much, it's kind of wild that we've like actually barely seen anything of him.
Yeah.
There was a part
Ms.
where
Callisto.
there was a part where I really thought Manny Kochin was going to be the killer, but then I realized he's not in this case at all. So I'm like, having to look at this.
Oh,
Not
I-
him.
100% same bridge.
Right?
Yep.
We see his chibi form spray, but we
Yeah,
never get
yeah.
like a dialogue.
Yeah, I'm
version
like,
of
never
him.
talked
okay,
to
never
him.
mind. It can't be this guy. He's too much not a character.
Yeah.
Yep.
Unless he's the only character we see in the second half of this case, there's no way it's him. And then that nope still didn't happen.
Yeah.
Ms. Callisto, you. I hereby formally indict you of the murder of Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rell.
What? You indict me.
Oh, Mrs. Spock.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, shit.
It's such a good sprite.
Yeah, I love
me
that.
when I'm trying to put on makeup in the car. Are you serious, Miles. Why do you think she is the killer?
I know, I'm just as surprised as you are. I don't understand her motive just yet. But of course I'm serious. And don't call me Shirley. Because she is the only one who could have done it. Well, Ms. Yu, do you still feel like laughing now?
That's a good line.
Of course I do, Edgeworth.
My argument must not be tight enough yet.
Although I never thought things would spiral into this. But I'll have you know I'm enjoying this dance. Quite a bit. I guess this means it's time for my own rebuttal now, right?